All right. How are you guys doing today? Apologize, you guys, for taking a few minutes to get in here.
Great.
Excellent.
Doing good.
Uh, yeah. If you guys have any, yeah, just hit me with any questions you guys got today. I've got a little update to show you what we've been working on over the last few days. But yeah, let me know what you guys need any help with anything.
Yeah, I bought the your platform and
Yeah.
I don't know how to install it inside the Go High level. Like the package. So I don't know how it work. I know you said I got the email, but I don't know how to put it all together.
Did you have a look at any of the training?
Yes, I did, and I still didn't really kind of understand it. I
Where
don't know
did
if
you where did you get stuck?
hold on, let me see. Give me 1 second.
All right. Well, Patrick is figuring that out. Does anybody else have Bob, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. Rainy in New
Awesome.
York.
Okay. Did you get anything did you make any progress?
Yeah, I've made some progress. I to refresh what I wanted to try to do was see how I could set up a kind of locally based rewards program that would be shared among different vendors. So I've
Oh
done
yeah, okay.
some yeah, done some research on that, and starting to break down the different types of opportunities, whether it be couponing or points
Yeah.
rewards program. And so I'm just trying to drill down on figuring out, I guess just how the numbers work on it in terms of sharing amongst the different vendors or different retailers.
I think that's the trickiest thing. With that, if you're going to create like a points program, and I don't know anybody who has done it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I know I did talk to one group a while ago, but they actually had a loyalty program that they had built like a decade ago or more. But they ended
Hmm.
up shutting it down, and it was like a shared points program
Hmm.
between multiple vendors. But the tech that they ended up doing was it wasn't
Hold
just for
on.
points. They did this
Damn, I
whole
didn't even
thing where
come.
they
I
were
didn't, hold on.
they did this whole thing where
Yeah.
uh they had their system be able to go directly to the credit card companies or the card companies. So every time they collected a payment, uh,
Hmm.
they would be able to capture a piece of that transaction. And they had a whole thing with like it was really interesting with how do you say? Um they had like an escrow account and they were basically taking a percentage of each transaction so that if you went to one place and used points and went to a different place and used points, then money would come out of that escrow account to compensate everybody. It was really
Hmm.
interesting
Hmm.
how they set things up. Way more, a little bit more complicated, a lot more complicated than how we have things. But I think even creating like a really good like you mentioned like coupons or something like that for a local community, kind of like those to be able to share customers and get people on board. I know a few companies, even a couple local ones here that do that and they're really successful.
Hmm. Because I'm even thinking if I could. do it in a way where one tier is just basically selling them some of the basic services that we have, reputation management
Yeah.
and that sort of thing, but have a kind of a second tier that shares amongst all the vendors in the neighborhood, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Uh,
So, so I'm still kind of flushing that out, but I'm working on it. Kind of, I've got some other things I'm working on as well, but I'm trying to put some time on it every week. So I always
awesome.
come in here to listen and learn, and hopefully next week I have a document I can kind of share it with you, and you could maybe give me some
Yeah.
feedback on it.
Absolutely excited to see it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if Patrick is back here.
Yeah.
Patrick. Yeah. There he goes.
I'm looking at the dashboard and I guess I didn't see this part. So when you have
You want to
your
just share your screen and then we can have a look?
yeah, okay, let me do that. Okay. Are you are you guys able to see it now? No.
Not yet. No.
Okay, perfect. I got it now. Sure.
There we go. It's coming.
A lot going on. Let me see. Okay. Is this where
Yep.
I'm supposed to put the information?
Yeah, so throw your agency name in there, whether you're on the 97, 297, 497. And then
Mm-hmm.
if you have a white label like login, like for example, we have Fresh Leads, so it's app.freshleadspro.com, which is our agency URL login. Throw that in there as well. And then you'll want to click on Connect API version 2. So are you on what plan are you on?
I'm on the 497 with Go High Level.
Yeah, so click on API version 2. It's going to ask you the big button there, says connect your agency API.
Where's that at?
The big yellow button.
This one? Yeah.
Yep. So it's going to ask you to log into high level.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just see if there's you're going to have to click back to that little blue in the tab previous tab there. Click on that. Yeah. And then scroll down and click next.
Give me a second. I need to talk to Stack
And then
Set. Give me a
yeah,
second.
then select your agency.
Mhm.
Select install all under there, and then click the next one to enable automatic installation, and then
Mhm.
hit proceed. Okay, perfect. Now that's connected. So the API is connected. You can go back, you can close this window or click close tab. Go back to your first tab there. You've got almost as many tabs open as I do.
Yeah.
Click on that first one there. Okay, now
Uh-huh.
fill in your agency name, your account type you can just leave and then put your app URL in there and then your system will be connected. And then the next steps will be to like download the snapshot for whatever system you want to use. So yeah, so just if you want to do that right now while we're here,
Yeah. So
throw it
what
in.
am I putting here when I'm putting this?
If you're just do you just when you log in, do you just go app.gohighlevel.com or do you have a different URL? Because once you set up like you can possibly set up like app.taxpro360.com and then that'll be your
Yeah.
login for high level.
Yeah,
So
I have
if
that.
you set that up, I mean you can change this again in the future. It's not a big deal. It's under your profile. But
Mhm.
just if you're just using high level for right now, then just do app.go high level.
Okay.
So HTTPS app.gohighlevel.com. Yeah.
This one, right?
Yeah. Just leave the agency part out, the agency dashboard. So what this is used for is later on, like when you set up like our reward system or something like that, and if we ever have we send people into the CRM for a specific task, like sometimes through some of the dashboards, it's like go into the CRM like under this con or get rid of agency. Yeah. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. You can change it later. But you'll want to just make sure it's just app.gohighlevel.com, no
Okay,
slash or anything else like that afterwards.
let me see.
So that's fine. It's not going to come back up. And in order to change that, you can go to account settings in the top right
Mhm.
and then under profile.
Okay.
So now you have our different tools and stuff here. Which is the first one you'd like to set up?
Um, okay.
Reviews or rewards
Oh,
usually the first ones.
you get the rewards.
So if you want to set up a demo one for
Mhm.
this, what you can do is so you want to add click on add a reward location. So actually, if you click, I'll just show you here for a second here. So this is where you add a location to authorize it. Click on get snapshot. That's where you can download the snapshot that you want to use for different industries, retail and restaurants, salon, med spas, stuff like that, fitness marketing. So you click on that one, for example, and it'll
What's the
open
one
up.
that says service business? Oh, that's something totally different, right?
Yeah. So then click yes, import now. And then that's going to import that into your agency. And then you can load that into a sub account later on. So you'll see restaurant rewards by GHL Power Tools, that first one there.
Mhm.
Now you'll be able to load that into a sub account if you want. And there's all training on how to do that. And that's in, I'll put this in. And then same thing with reviews. You might want to grab the reviews snapshot too if you're going to provide reviews for your customers or
So go back.
click on that first tab. Go to Smart Apps up at the top.
Where?
Smart Apps at the top in the top menu. Very top menu. Yeah. In the middle. Right in the middle.
Okay.
There you go. And then reviews and referrals. There. And then you can download the snapshot here as well. So if you're doing reviews and referrals, or if you just want the reviews only snapshot. So if you're going to combine reviews with the reward system, then I suggest
Mhm.
just doing the reviews only one.
Let me see. The review. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a major step of you getting started there. And then what you want to do is the steps are you basically you're going to add the snapshot to a sub account that you have, and then fill out the custom values in our custom values editor, and then you have to add your domains and stuff like that into your sub accounts, but you'll be able to go through and set up the accounts that way. So custom values updater, that is gives you the ability to create your own collection of editable custom values that makes it a little bit easier for like customer onboarding and stuff like that. It's a little bit of work to set it up, but once it's set up, then it works really well. Um, yeah, that's like there's a whole training. Do you have I'm gonna send you a link. So if you go, yeah, you can import that if you want. This is where you grab the snapshots. And then if you go up to training and resources up at the top,
Uh-huh.
then you'll see Power Tools training. That's going to open up the docs for our whole training area that has the different sections for
Yeah.
whatever you want to set up. So I suggest going through there and getting it started with that.
Okay.
Um, and then I've got a couple other things working on, or I got another one. If you're setting up loyalty and rewards, I'm going to give you another Google Doc, which I should put in the first training section there, but I didn't put it in there. Let's go um this loyalty and rewards quick start guide I'm going to share with you in chat again, and then I'll make sure that gets into the training area there as well. And then I have yet to, I know we talked about it last on Tuesday with the group here, is putting in the sales training that we have into the training resources. So I'll make sure that gets in there today too. So I just put a Google Doc here. That's for loyalty and rewards. It's kind of what I use when I'm going through and setting up a sub account, just kind of as a reference to make sure I know what's going on, or kind of a step by step. It's kind of like a standard operating procedure, kind of SOP of setting up those sub accounts. But you can absolutely use it um, for setting up your accounts as well. Is this making sense?
Yeah, it's making sense now better.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Do you I just noticed when you were showing me that it was like three different snapshots, or let me see. No, it wasn't that one. What was the
Under
one,
rewards,
the awards and different ones? What
there's
is that?
rewards, promotions, loyalty cards. Those are all different snapshots. Under rewards, if you grab the rewards one and you want to do like rewards and promotions and stuff like that, I have it all packaged up under like the restaurant marketing and retail and that kind of stuff. Those all include like the rewards, promotions, and loyalty cards. So you don't have to install them separately. You
Mhm.
can go and install things like, hey, I just want to, there's some agencies that are just like, I just want to do loyalty cards, you know? So then you can just do the loyalty cards if you go up to smart apps and then select loyalty cards. The restaurant, hair salon, that includes uh promotions, loyalty cards, and stuff like that. The original snapshot, that's just like service businesses. That is just like a referral and point system for contacts. So I mean, you can use it for different things, but that original snapshot for rewards is just the reward snapshot. It just does points.
Okay. And do you have, when it says service any, it's just like different, any different type of businesses, like if you're doing taxes or something like that?
So again, so what the difference is between these ones is um the original, that service business one is you can give people points for taking different actions. So I don't know, let's just say they file their taxes on time or something like that or whatever. You
Mhm.
can give them points, or they watch a video that you want them to watch, so you can give them points. If they every time they pay their bill with you, you could give them points. If they refer people to you, you can give them points for referring. With the restaurant rewards and marketing one, when you get into the marketing stuff, that has the promotion system in it too, promotions and loyalty cards. So then that is where you're creating like a VIP list of customers that you can send out SMS messages and
Correct.
let people know of different things that are coming up. I mean, you could potentially use that for a tax business as well, just to remind people like, hey, this is coming up. Make sure you go here and file these things. It wouldn't be individual, but if you had like a list of customers where you were like, make sure it's our RSP, or I don't, yeah, uh like your retirement savings plan time. You make sure you have this stuff in, click here to, book a call with us kind of thing. And then these are all different kinds of snapshots as well for different industries that you can just download and install.
Okay, perfect. Nice. I like it.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff in here. The trick is really kind of to play, have a plan of what you want to roll out and then go for it. Um, Yeah, and then it's perfect that you jumped on here because we do these things every Tuesday and Thursday. So um, love answering questions.
Perfect.
Do you have a niche that you're working with, or
I just opened a restaurant, but I'm a tax software provider, so I do like taxes. So
yeah,
I'm trying to get this go high level. Like I sell them the
nice.
tax information, like trying to get good snapshots and all that other stuff. But
What kind of restaurant did you open?
um, it's like a international. It's Caribbean slash international, like
Nice.
steak, lobster, oxtail, just little
Yeah.
different things like that. So
Whereabouts?
Fort Lauderdale,
Nice. Awesome.
around the Tamarack area. So
Yeah,
it's
okay.
trying to get this marketing going and everything else.
Yeah, so then for you, yeah, definitely that restaurant rewards thing with the promotion system. Get people to
Mhm.
join the VIP lists, get them to subscribe. Put your promos and coupons. You don't even have to do coupons, but the cool thing about that too is you can do coupons that give people points too. So you don't always have to discount your stuff. You could be like, hey, get the whatever lobster tail this week and earn, 5,000 points that you can use towards something else in the future. You can do things like that, which are kind of neat too.
And I like the thing that you was talking on the video that I was watching. Where's the one where you send that person a link and then you got them promoting for you, and then after that you can see if you could track if they're actually promoting on
Yeah,
their
that's under the reward points.
reward points.
Yeah, rewards and points. They can because they can earn points for referring.
Yeah.
So that's under, yeah, it's under rewards. That's that restaurant marketing one that you just installed.
Okay, perfect. And what would be the one that you had for getting leads, like on social media and everything else? It's just running a
Yeah,
campaign.
it's in there as well
Okay,
under the restaurant marketing one.
perfect.
And then we just under reviews because if you just opened up your restaurant, you want to get more reviews. So we do have we just put our NFC tap card things under smart reviews where you can do like a link that when people scan it or to leave you a review, then it'll also like capture their information. Then you can add them to your VIP list and reach out to them afterwards as well.
And where is that at?
It's under reviews and referrals, and then you'll see 5 star.
The one that just reviews it.
Yeah,
Okay.
under reviews and referrals, and then when you add a location there, download the snapshot, and then um, I haven't done it yet, but I'm just going to create an NFC card snapshot. But if you just download and install the normal snapshot, um, then you can just fill out the custom values, and it'll the NFC thing will work. I'll share my screen in a minute because I'll
I
show
have
you more
training on it.
about it because
And you
um
have training on that?
yeah, I'll show you in a couple minutes here because I'm just working on going to show you guys some updates that I've been doing with that
A lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of people have zeros.
too.
For all of us, I know.
Okay, cool. I'm going to move on to Chris's question. If you have any more questions, just yeah, throw it in chat. And then I'll show you the review things here in a minute. Okay, Chris, you got and then maybe just stop sharing and then we'll.
Hey, Jason.
Hey.
Just building on a question I think Kim might have sent you possibly yesterday.
Hmm.
Didn't know if maybe you could give me some guidance where I can make a change. Oh my goodness, my screens are blowing up here. Make a change to, there we go here. Oh, it looks like someone else is still on.
Yeah, Patrick, do you mind just one second. Matt, can you stop sharing, Patrick?
Maybe you jumped off.
He's still in the thing. Oh, here, I can stop it. There you go. Okay, Chris, you're up.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, let me show you here. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, here we go. Okay, so I just have this situation. Is there
Oh,
any
yeah.
where to change the color of the button? Pardon?
There
what it says?
isn't, but let's try something. So I think I saw it on my phone and then I might have been I don't know where I was when I saw it.
Not a
So
huge
I
thing.
thought of the answer, but then I was like, well, I can't give you a specific. And you know what? I know I saw the question. Sorry for not at least letting you know that I saw it.
No.
So let's go sites. Let me take a look at something.
Sure.
And then we can try. So I think maybe we can just add some CSS to that page that will change that button color.
Okay,
So let's, because I don't have it set up so you can just pick the button color.
got
Uh,
it.
Here's your coupon code. How was your visit? Well, let's go older messages.
Do you know what you want that to read, Kim?
I don't even know what it says right now.
Says learn more.
And that's gonna go underneath the menu items. Is that how you have it set up? And that's how it's always gonna be, is underneath the
Well,
menu
just the
item?
one, yeah, the top one. Jason, that
Yep.
learn more button, that's just on the
That's just on the first one.
first one, right? Yeah. So it's
Every
just
other one you can just click. And I mean, I mean, you could potentially just hide it as well.
It
What
doesn't
else?
need.
Stamps, how is your visit? Why do I know? I have to like, it's been, I clearly haven't sent myself any messages through the demo account here for a
no
while.
worries.
So I'm just going to go to sites. Can I do that?
More.
Let's do, my internet's just going slow. Okay, so I'm going to go back to contacts.
What's in it? I don't know either. Learn more means it's gonna tell you something, so like important ingredients? No.
You know,
What?
I'll just see if we can change the color to match there.
Yeah, just maybe it wouldn't be so intrusive if you can change the color. If we can't change the word, change the color.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, so it depends on what the button is, because if it's just like an info one, then they'll say learn more. But if it's a coupon, then it'll say redeem coupon.
Okay,
Can we choose?
Um,
got it. Can we change just the color on it by chance,
yeah,
or is that for CSS change? That's
yeah.
all CSS change. I'm sorry.
Let me see. So if we change, let me add, okay, I'm gonna add something to it right now. And then I'll add a class, and then let's see if we can, instead of adding a bunch of classes, let's just see if I can do this. Give me a second.
Jason, we're not usually this bad, but this client is really, I don't want to say they're finicky, but it's good that they really care and they are just
Mhm.
everything. I mean, the color, the font, they just are they want perfection.
That is,
They
there's
don't
nothing
like
wrong
that
with
color
that.
blue. It doesn't match their blue. It's like, okay, okay.
Yeah, let's just see. That's fine. I think it's a good idea. You know what? When clients care like that, it's kind of annoying sometimes, but it's also really good because you know that they
Yeah.
actually care, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. At least we know their expectations. I would
Yeah.
rather know their expectations than try to guess.
Oh yeah, so I've got a template. Oh here, I'm just looking at seeing I think that's the template we want. And then I think that's this one. So we're gonna put a button under there. So let's go there. Okay, just bear with me for 2 more seconds.
Oh,
We're gonna make some
Jason,
change.
I'm sorry to do this to you in the middle of this.
And you can do it
If
later.
you want to do it
Yeah,
off time,
yeah.
you're fine.
Don't worry about it right now.
Nope, I've got it. Okay, so we're gonna try something.
Cool.
Go into your site, go into sites.
Okay, there.
Go into VIP promotions, funnels, and pages,
Got it.
and then go to yes, display promotions. Click edit. Then we're gonna go featured button. Let's go. I wonder if it's like back. And we're gonna try it because I haven't tested this, but
Sure.
1D6 5B4 tense. Okay, so go up to um the paintbrush, I think. Is it the paintbrush? Yeah, custom CSS.
Awesome.
And then under that, I just messaged in
Got it.
group chat. Grab that
Okay.
and drop that underneath that one.
Underneath 7.
Yeah. Hit save and then publish. No, still. Let's see. Featured button. Let me take a look.
No worries, man.
Yeah, anyway, where is that featured
Did I
button?
did you put 2 in? Oh no, it's in there. Okay, you added it in there twice. Okay.
What's that?
Oh, just I think
Oh
you
yeah,
had
no,
the code in there twice. CSS.
so where if we go yeah, so we should be able to do that. But let's go. I think it's very similar to that. Um, okay, let's just see if I do this. Background equals. Let's take that color that you had. I'm just doing it in on my side here just to test. Is it telling me? Yeah, weird. It should work, but when I do it here, um, 1 second.
Don't this time.
I don't understand.
It keeps getting later and later. The UPS now it's at 6.
I'm probably gonna have to play around with it a little bit. I'm not
Not a worry. Not a worry.
sure. Because we've got that. I'm just looking in for some reason. If I put the color rate on the element, then it changes, not without a problem. But if I'm trying to use the class, then it is giving me an error, which is just background. And then that didn't give me an error. That worked on my side. Okay, just wait. Check. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna try this. And you have to change your color, but
Okay.
Try this CSS instead.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna have to get rid of the ones and the twos.
Got it.
Let me
Get rid of these.
or yeah, get rid of that thing and then I accidentally if you copy what I sent and then we'll just get rid of the numbers that are in there. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay, and then change that color to the color that you want.
Got it.
Why? I don't know, it was giving me an error before, but 1d6 5 or 1d6 5b4.
5b4. Great, thanks, man. Save.
And then try publish that.
Amazing.
Is that right?
That's it, man.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, so you can, you can, if you wanted to change you can change the text and stuff in there too using CSS. It's a little bit, but you could that for most of the stuff that gets embedded in there. So if you want to see like in the future how to change things on your own, on that template, so you can right click on not in there, but on the actual live site on the left, in your left window there. No, on the live version that says
Oh, I'm so sorry, Jason.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
So go inspect, and then that should open up an inspector window. This gets a little bit more advanced, but make that screen wider so you can see what's actually going on. But like, so for example, right click on learn more and then go inspect.
Oops. Oh, my bad. 1 second here.
So for example, right click on learn more and then inspect element. So you'll see, maybe make that window just a little bit bigger too. Yeah, I've got
how do I do that? How do I get out of
that? I think there's got to be a way to get rid of or undock. So sometimes that's what I'll like. I don't know what the button is at the top, but you can undock.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
The thing. So you'll see where it says on the right hand side, the second one down, it says a dot featured button primary, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Next, the two up from that says that the a dot featured button. That's the one that we just put in. So you can take, it gets a little bit more, but you can take a look at what classes are on elements, and then you can change colors and stuff like that. And then if you change things on the right hand side here in that styles column, you could potentially copy that whole style and then paste that into your CSS. So you can make some changes in here to see if it works. And then that's what I was just doing. I was making changes temporarily there to see how things would work. And then copy that CSS and and give it to you and then put it in, and then it worked.
Very cool. Very cool. And where's the learn more text there? Where would that?
There isn't. So there's CSS you can do for, what did you want it to say?
No, no. I was just wondering if it's.
So
If
you
I ever
can,
need to
there's a
change it, I'll come to you.
CSS class for like changing content,
Okay.
content property. I'm just gonna see it. I'm just gonna Google it right now. Um, so if you put, let's say for example, here I'll give you I'll drop this page in chat here. That's a thing. But if inside that tag that we just created,
Yeah.
if you were to put something like content, oh, it's not showing up for me. Content, my button text. You might have to put important after it. If you put exclamation mark important, then
Right.
it'll overwrite other stuff
Got
that's
it.
been done. So if you were to put that content, my button text important into that CSS that we just edited on
Okay.
that page
This
under
one.
sites there, you could potentially change. I think you can change the text of that button.
Okay, so you'd put it.
So just put it right underneath that first background line. So so it says background
Oh
important.
yeah,
Go press enter, go to the next line. Inside the curly braces though.
inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. And then
Awesome.
if you hit save, that should update the text to say my button text, and then hit publish.
Oh,
Maybe try hit refresh again.
okay.
See if that'll. Yeah, it didn't change it. I'd
No
have to play.
worries.
It's one of
Don't,
those things where you have to play around with to
don't
see
worry. Don't worry about it, man. I appreciate
exactly
you.
what it is.
That was tremendous help for me right there alone. So I really appreciate it, Jason. Thank you.
You're welcome. Um, yeah, so you should just be able to do content, but it's sometimes finicky of like where you put it or how you put it kind of thing. So that's why I end up playing around
Yeah.
in the CSS editor to get something that looks right.
Should I take this out? Or
Yeah, I may as well take it out.
Okay.
It might even be that you have to like shift refresh on the other page or something like that for it to show up properly. But if there's different text, I don't know what else we could do other than change it with CSS or we'd have to add in a setting in the background to change, all the wording.
I'm not concerned about it.
Okay.
I won't. I
Um,
won't. I appreciate you doing that for me. That was awesome.
You're welcome. It's a good question though.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome. And then, okay, so I'm going to jump over to, I've got an update for you guys that's just kind of show you guys something I've been working on. Has to do with the reviews. Well, my computer's going slow today. Okay, so we know that we have, what was that? Okay, so we have this 5-star reviews thing. I'm making it so that you can change these two titles there. You'll notice in our back end. These are going really slow. I'm gonna close this window, close this window. Yeah, let's go back here. So all right. Well, while those are loading, this is what we've been working on here for leaving a review. Taking in different types of products and services from a business, having the person's name and phone email address. We'll have that from when people go from here, we'll already have their name and email in here. Then they can select what they want, click generate review, and then it'll give us um an AI generated review suggestion where they'll then be able to click on go to Google and leave a review, and then this will copy that review to their clipboard.
Wow, that's pretty cool, Jason.
And then I mean, and then we'll have to make it so that you decide if you want to have that turned on or not, but it'll copy that review and leave them review they can paste that into Google as an example of what they'd want to do,
Oh,
or
that's
a better review being left. So trying to make it too that it will generate a different review with different like a different voice for everyone. Um for some reason it looks like it's doing a lot of stuff about we came here for a tournament, we came here after our kids' soccer, that kind of stuff. So playing with the prompting.
got it.
Um
Jason, hi.
yeah. So
I'm
this
wondering,
will go live in the next week or so, hopefully. And then we can tweak it more as we go. Hey
hi,
Judy.
Jason.
Hey, how are you doing?
Not too bad, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. So I had a comment about what you were doing right there with the
Yep.
review, the updates, and I was just wondering if it's possible that you could potentially put in like you got like what services or products they used while they were there. If you
Yeah.
could also put like the server's name or something like that.
So I wonder how we'd have to do that because it's not going to be the way that we have it is it's not specifically for restaurants. It'll be for other industries as well. Um, I
But
wonder
those
how we
que
can make it to collect some additional information. I'll show you what we've got so far. Let's go Smart Review standalone. Under settings, you'll see coming soon here. So you can change the title, you can change the text. It's not live yet. You can add in different products or services. I was wondering if we should have another one that says what did you love about it kind of thing, like the food, the customer service, and that making that customizable as well. So you can say, this is what we came here for, and this is what did you love about the place, the atmosphere, that you can put in whatever you want, making it similar to this. So the way this one works is you can be like, uh uh pasta or something like that, and then click update, and then it'll add pasta to this list of of options. So if we hit refresh here, now we'll see pasta on the list, and then say I want to generate a review for pasta. So I guess, yeah, we could potentially have I don't know why it says, oh, maybe I have this hard coded in here right now. to do it because I've just been playing around making sure that the AI generates a decent review and they all looked a little bit different. I think that we don't want all the reviews to be the same. So um,
Yeah.
server name might be good. Additional information. I wonder if I can make
I was just wondering because there's this restaurant, actually,
yeah
there's a server that we have for like breakfast, and she's moved around to different restaurants and stuff, but like we're pretty close and stuff.
well,
And
and it's
and
not
and
yeah
she recently not from me, but she's new at this newer restaurant, and when she got there, I guess she must have told them her name and said, leave a review, leave a Google review with my name, right? Because
yeah
her name is Vietnamese, so she probably spelled it out for them too, right? But um, but I'm wondering if there's like if you could like what would be best if you like if you ended up getting a if I ended up contracting with that restaurant for reviews and the loyalty and rewards, if I
hmm
could give them maybe different tap cards with a different QR code for each server or something like that, that would then generate that particular server's name when they leave a review. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure what's
yeah
best to put it on the list like you have here, the different servers' names, or to have like a different QR code for each server,
if we were going to I don't know
or
if
if
you were
that's
going to be able to track it somehow to see how many or like review requests that particular server had. You could do that through the use of the QR code. I don't mind the idea of having the server's name in there, and maybe it's just a good feel to have. Do you know who helped you? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Or who did you speak with at our business? And then they could be like, "Oh, I spoke with Bob." And then it doesn't necessarily have to be like what server. It's just
right,
or who served you or who helped you. That kind of thing.
right.
I think that's probably a pretty good idea.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then that
these reviews aren't set in stone. They just get copied, kind of thing. So they can go in and edit. They can go and edit the review when they actually go to paste the review. It's just kind of a good starting point.
right. And that could go along with this server or employee, saying, "Oh, did you have a 5-star experience? Great. Can you leave us a review because and put my name on it or whatever because we're having a
Yeah,
contest for see who can get the within our company to see who can get the most reviews."
yeah. I like that idea. I like the idea of I'm gonna think about how we can incorporate that more seamlessly. So like you could
Right,
have
yeah,
everybody has their own review card and we just pass their name in the URL perhaps, and then we capture that name, and um, then you can see how many reviews were left for that specific person.
right.
Um,
Or maybe
like
it'll be
that,
all
or
too
the other option is you create different QR codes if you're going to run a contest or something. But
right. Or it's all too confusing and too much bottleneck. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just everybody would have their own review card, and you couldn't use a different review card for a different person. You know what I mean? So if you had a new staff member come on, they would need their own review card, or else they'd be if Mike was asking for review but using Susan's card, or Susan's name would come up all the time.
Yeah, it's complicated. Maybe it's too complicated.
Maybe it's just easier having another field that like who helped you,
Yeah.
and they can maybe type that in and then
Yeah, and just like optional
like
of who helped
yeah,
you.
because we're not going to have the name and email address at the top of this. I think I just had that in there for testing, but we can have because we're already going to get their name and email. We can grab their phone number, and then we can show up another page come up that says who was your who helped you, and then or serve or whatever, and
Yeah,
then pick your services, and then um and then you could be like, then I think I'm gonna have something like, what did you love most? And have something like customer service, the atmosphere, the whatever. You can customize those because there'll be different types of things. And then in our back end here, I'm also probably gonna have to have stuff like um we might want to grab the name. We can grab the name of the business, but sometimes like so for example, we don't always put the name of the business as the sub account name. So maybe we'll have the business name here. Add in the business name. What kind of what are they family friendly? Are they casual? That kind of thing. Like um yeah, it's not that it gets complicated, but they can it gives them a starting point for review anyways.
Yeah, we certainly don't want to make it too complicated.
No, we're
Or
trying to make it's a little more complicated maybe on the setup side, just getting not complicated, but you have to fill in some of the features,
yeah,
you know,
but I mean, like
of it, and
friction
then
for
and
the
then make it as simple for the front end user.
yeah, you don't want any friction or more friction for the reviewer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So working on this and yeah, I appreciate your feedback on it too. So
that's awesome, Jason.
maybe yeah, I don't know. Like I'll think about how we can set that up because I think it's a cool idea to be able to be like, okay, well let's you know who is your server? I mean, yeah, I don't know if you want to edit that so you make it a list of you select your server, select, what service you had done, how did you what was your favorite thing? What did you love most? And then
Yeah,
click generate a review. Just a couple click button. Right? What we're trying to do is get to like you go to leave a review. It's like click a button, click three buttons, click submit review, and then it has a review already written for them that they can just paste in, so they don't have to think about what they want to leave for a review either.
yeah,
Because that's the next thing is like, okay, leave us a review, and then okay, I'll leave you a review, and then they'll just be like, oh, we came in and Mike was great. Kind of thing. The food was delicious and we had fun, kind of thing. So, but the more we can build a review that has like the keywords that we want, the more powerful it is for like SEO and everything as well.
yeah. Yeah, maybe you could, I mean, if you were going to add in a box about who helped you type thing, you could make that editable for like who was your server or what and edit it to, or what employee helped you or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. And I think it wouldn't be a drop down. It would just be they would probably put the person's name in.
Yeah.
And then you'd get like, oh, Sam or something. Like, oh, Sam helped us.
Like
Sam server.
editable on the back end, like for us, editable. For whatever business we're dealing with. So if it's a restaurant, then we can edit it for it to all the reviews to say which server helped you, right?
Oh,
Or you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll figure out how to get that added in here. But yeah, I think we got a good start for it.
And then I had another question,
Sure.
not about reviews, but about it just kind of came to me as we were looking at the Chris's restaurant, his latest restaurant that they're working on.
Okay.
And I was just kind of curious what you would say, Jason, and also maybe Chris, if he wanted to chime in about how how do you who do you how does the restaurant take their pictures and like they submit it to you, right, to put on the on
Yeah,
their
that's,
thing?
that's a
Oh
great
yeah.
question, Judy. These were actually taken by one of the delivery services, um, and I think I forget which one it is. It might be Grubhub. They actually have a photographer that comes around and takes photos of the items.
But most of the time, they
But
have,
most of the time, yeah, you have to hire a third party
or
person,
they have their photos.
and or they'll have their own photographer or their own person in house that takes the photos. But in this particular case, they sent me over 3 files full of Grubhub photos. So
Oh, nice.
easy. Yeah. We've actually found a couple, or actually found one photographer in Los Angeles area that was fairly reasonable, and we've kind of struck up a relationship with him, and we're just going to suggest to our clients that they have professional photos done of their of their menus and their menu items. So, for those who want to step up, I think the service is about $300 to $400, if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
Kim. Yeah, it's about $300 to $400 for 2.5 hours of photography. So,
Oh
and I
yeah.
don't know how many photos that is. I think it's like 25 or 50 photos. I forget what it was. Items, I should say. So yeah, great question. But Grubhub offered the service to them, so they took it.
There was you know what, so I was also talking with I think it was Nathan when we had that when we did that restaurant call. Or no, it was actually somebody else I was talking with. And they're doing restaurant marketing. And one of the things they do is they'll find local influencers as well. Now the restaurant has to pay for that local influencer to come in and influence their things, but essentially and I haven't tried this out, but you can go to Fiverr, ask for somebody to find local influencers in your that let's say do restaurants in your community, and they'll come back with like 50 people that do that. And then what you can then do is take that information, reach out to those people, interview them essentially, or take a look at their stuff, and then say, hey, I'd like to hire you to come and do a spot here at the restaurant. What they'll do is they'll charge you, they'll want money or compensation or something like that for it, right? But when they come in, then you can also get them to, because they're going to create a video or whatever they're going to do for the thing, right? And get them at the same time to take a bunch of extra photos, as B-roll, as extra clips, and then have as part of your contract with them that they give you the raw material as well, so that you can then take that and then sign off saying that you can use it for for your marketing stuff, and then they get paid a few $100s or whatever it is for coming in and doing the influencer spot, but you also collect all the photos and video and stuff like that you can then use for your marketing and promotional material as well. And then while you're sitting there with them, because you want to sit there with them while they're doing their thing, also, oh, take a photo of this, take a photo of that, get a picture of this, get a picture of that kind of thing, so they have a bunch of material. And they're usually, if you get a good one, they're generally good at taking photos and stuff too. And then they can give you that material, and you can use that for your marketing and promotions.
That's a brilliant idea. I love that idea.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
way to. That's what I that's what I learned from this guy, and I really like the idea a lot too. So if you can do it, yeah, it's a great way to kind of like two birds, one stone kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And the perfectionist in me is like to my demise most of the time, or a lot of the time for a lot of perfectionists and stuff.
Hmm.
But but I noticed, Chris, in like we have a food business now, and we do hard-boiled eggs, and I noticed in that picture, Chris, that those hard-boiled eggs,
They have a gray out exterior.
well, that's the look of burnt hard-boiled eggs. They're
Yeah.
overdone. And so I'm just wondering, like, because for me, it's like, oh my goodness, I would not use that
Yeah.
picture, and I would want to tell them why as well. Like,
I hear you.
I hear you there,
Yeah.
man. That's
so
true.
I mean, that's just me and my perfectionism, and like I said, it's like to my demise. And so I mean, I'm thinking that it could be extremely offensive to the restaurant owner or chef or whatever, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I know for certain, maybe the chef thinks that it's not burned, I don't know,
Chris,
but
share your screen again.
Yeah, let me
I just
hold
I
on
just
for a
want to see
second.
them now.
I gotta find that one again. Now let me see if I can locate it
so I'm
here.
just wondering, like, if you were so inclined to say something, how would you handle that?
if it really bothered, oh yeah,
I
that.
just I just tell them, hey, this thing this thing looks rotten. That's just me though. That the gray
I
around the
would,
egg.
if it bothered me that much, I'd Photoshop it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I
Yeah,
would
there
just
you
change
go.
the color of the
That
gray, make it yellow, similar to the egg yolk, you know.
right.
It doesn't look that bad. It's not, yeah, they're definitely overdone, but um,
Thanks for pointing that out, though,
oh,
Judy. I didn't recognize it, but you're absolutely right. And my wife is a chef, so it slipped by both of us.
I'm looking
I
at it
like
on
it.
a very small phone.
That's funny. Thanks, Jason.
yeah, thanks you
Yeah.
guys. All right, well, okay, I got those notes about the review thing. I'm gonna keep playing around with getting that working better and stylized a little bit better. And if you guys have any thoughts around it while you guys are off doing your things during the day and you're like, oh, it'd be cool we did this, just shoot me a message, let me know to see what we can incorporate. All right,
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks.
awesome.
Thanks,
Okay,
Chris.
you
Thanks,
guys have a
Jason.
great rest of your Thursday and have a good weekend. We're going to be on the road for a bit this weekend for another sports thing, so exciting. And we'll talk to you guys next week.